showed her as it went live. I'm not sure of that.
All right, Shalom. We the brothers of Great Millstone, Church of Birmingham, Alabama. And as always, we want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah,
Yeah, that's the correct name of the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit in the ancient Hebrew tongue. Also want to give double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, much due honors and respect to the sincere brethren out there that's also laboring in this work. As well as you believers, the Akim and the Aquath, which will be the brothers along with the sisters that subscribe to this truth as well. So we back, through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shemel Shai, and as always, we coming under the banner of prophecy, man. That's the time we in, and that's what we're accustomed to do here at Great Millstone, prophesy. And according to the prophecies, there's an evil day that's on the horizon, man, and that's fast approaching. And if you paying attention to the signs, you'll see clearly, if you have eyes to see, well, even those who don't necessarily subscribe to this truth, they can see, man. You got Esau just came out with the doomsday clock, They anticipate something. See what I'm saying? You got all hell breaking loose throughout the world. You got these pestilence and diseases, man, that's wreaking havoc on the people, which is it's going to hit America, And we've been telling you these things, man. We've been telling you that the fierce anger of Yahweh Shemel Shai will not relent until he accomplishes. Matter of fact, let's start off with that real quick. Jeremiah 30 and 24, man. Because the Lord has prepared a certain scene in these theatrics, man. It's just like you watch, through spirit, we was talking about that, how art imitates life. These different movies is not a coincidence, man. You know what I'm saying? So, when you watch any movie, for that matter, there's always a scene where the bad guy, make his appearance. You know what I'm saying? If it's a good movie, it got to be some dramatics. You see what I'm saying? That was a time when, the guy, hey, where's Cain? He made his appearance, and you knew, oh shit, you know what I mean? And lo and behold, he put him to death, right, at the end. But see, that's where we at in the prophecy, man. We in the time where the Lord is actually beginning to show, that appearance, that pestilence, the plagues is starting to make its appearance, in the movie. So, go ahead, 30.
You said it.
You got it? Go ahead.
And Curtis, the book of Jeremiah 30 verse 24, the fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he hath done it, and until he hath performed in the intents of his heart.
See, the fierce anger of the Lord is not going to return or relent. He's not going to repent till he have accomplished the intents and purposes of his heart. And that's like a movie director. They have a certain scene in that movie where it's up to them. And there's nothing you can do to persuade them, or offset the intents and purposes of that movie director, and that screenwriter or what have you. So that's how about Shema Shah. It's written in the scriptures that this place is going to be overtaken with plagues. See? Go ahead, Doc.
Continuing on, it says, until he have performed the intents of his heart in the latter days, ye shall consider it.
Right, and we in the latter days. Okay? So you got something?
Yeah. This is 2 Timothy 3:1. This also know that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Right, in the last days, perilous times shall come. See? And that's the same like with movies. There's a climax. You know what I mean? Everything starts off easy. You know, it'd be a build up for the most part. But at the end, matter of fact, give me that real quick in 2 Ezra 9:5. At the end, you know, something is going to happen where you're going to know clear, oh shit, you know, this the boogeyman right here. You know, you see, oh, it was him the whole time. That was the killer. See? Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, come to 2 Ezra 9 and verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end.
Right, all in the world that was created have a beginning and an ending. And even with movies, you know, there's a beginning of the movie and an ending of the movie, man. America, there was a beginning to America. With 1776, I believe, officially was the beginning of America. But guess what? There's an ending for this place as well, man. See? Go ahead, Doc.
It says, in the end is manifest.
In the end is manifest. When you go into the word manifest, it means to make obvious or make clear. That's serious.
That's it.
Yeah. So go ahead. Go ahead. You got that.
Oh yeah, kind of like it. 2 Timothy 3:1. This also know that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Right, perilous times shall come. See? Go ahead.
It says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers.
Right, and these are the signs that the Lord show you to let you know where you're at in the process. Matter of fact, I'll go back to 2 Ezra 9 and start at 1.
Alright, come. This is the book of 2 Ezra 9 and verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before.
And like we often, point to, if you're on a trip, you got a destination, you know where you at based upon the signs that you pass. You might be going to Atlanta or whatever, and you say, okay, you 120 miles out, and another sign passed, you 60 miles out, another sign passed, you know, you enter into the city. See what I'm saying? That's what the scripture's doing, right? The scripture's giving you a vivid illustration. When you see the signs pass, then you know where you at. See? Read that again.
It says, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before. It says, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right, and that's the time we're in. We're in the time where the Lord is beginning to visit this place. And it's going to be in the form of plagues, pestilence, and these diseases. You know, the prophecies is popping off right now. All right? Yep, go ahead and get what you got.
This is Isaiah 42:9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare.
Right, and for those who watch, we know the former things that have come to pass. For an example, the flood. The flood. All right, the flood came to pass, along with the different empires, the rise and fall of these different kingdoms. For an example, this guy, Alexander the Greek, he was spoken of to come into play, to come into picture, to come into power. Eventually, he went out of power, man.
That's right.
Along with 70 AD, and a slew of prophecies that Yahweh Shema Shah made good on. Matter of fact, somebody get that too in, what's that, Numbers? I think the 32, 23, I meant 19.
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead up.
Continue on, it says, and new things do I declare.
And new things do I declare, man. Hey, and this pestilence that's taking place right now is a new thing. Because the scriptures tell you how the Lord is going to strike Egypt with plagues that's not recorded, man.
That's right.
You know, that's a new thing, man. And that proves right there that the Lord is alive and well. The Lord is not dormant just somewhere in the sky, you know. The Lord exists. To tell you that in Wisdom of Solomon, the 12th chapter. And in his very name, it echoes that sentiment, man. I am. He that exists. You know, he's around. Everything, nothing you can point to is irrelevant. Everything is a teaching moment with Yahweh Shema Shah. You got more on that?
Yeah. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Right, and the Lord did that in the ancient world, and even now. that legacy continue. We telling you, for an example, the chip is going to be made mandated. It's going to actually be chipping stations out here, man. And we're going to see what you got to say then when it get real, man. Okay, when you see actual chipping stations and they putting the squeeze on you, the walls closing in on you, the pressure's on for you to go take that chip. If not, turn yourself in to the local authorities, man.
Oh, God.
Yeah. That's it. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, going back to them signs. Matthew 24:3, and he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
See, and that's what true men of the Lord is going to inquire. You know, Lord, give us a gauge, if you will, to where we at in this process, man. And that's the overtone of this ministry. It's all about prophecy, man. And through the Spirit of power, how about Shema Shah, we're going to go into a vivid illustration of those prophecies, man. Thus the title of the lesson, as the evil day approach, something like, something along those lines, right? Which that word evil is a compound word. Eve meaning time, and ill meaning bad. So when you put it together, it's literally bad times.
That's it.
That's what you can look forward to. That's what you got to prepare yourself for, man. The bad times. You got more on this?
Yeah, some more on that.
All right, go ahead.
And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many, and ye shall hear war.
Oh, read this again.
Come.
Would it say that?
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many.
Now, what do it mean when it says many shall come in my name? You might say, nobody have came on the same saying that Yahushua. What do that mean? That means many is going to come with the doctrine of deliverance.
Yep.
That's what that means. My name is the banner of deliverance.
Yep.
They're going to have that. You could put Christianity under that. You could put Islam.
Yep.
You could put the industry. You could put the rap game. You could put sports. All those is a way out. Many people going to come with this doctrine of deliverance. An idea of this is the way.
Yep.
No, many shall come in my name. See? But the Lord was only given that lot to deliver you. See what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It said, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars.
Right. Are we not hearing the wars and rumors of wars? Go ahead.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
And that's why the Spirit is on Apostle Ha to always say, look, don't get overexcited. You know, it's different skirmishes break out. The general got killed. He was in the scriptures, but scriptures say, he ain't in the scriptures where he said, see, General Tsunami. I mean, you know what I mean? And that should be a general that shall lose the way. It didn't say that. So you the end is not yet, man. These different skirmishes got to happen. You know, it got to be a dramatic build-up. See what I'm saying? All right, go ahead.
All right.
That was it?
Start at verse 8. It says, For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom.
Now, when it says nation against nation and kingdom against kingdom, the kingdom is against kingdom is dealing with these different countries. The nation against nation dealing with these different races. You know, the tension is up, you know, between Jake and Esau, and, you know, even around the world. You know, the Kurds and the Shiite, Muslim. It's different. It's going to be different people, not just the so-called Negroes, Latinos versus Native American, versus Esau. It's going to be all over the world. Different nations going to rise against each other, as well as different kingdoms, which is going to be World War III, Armageddon, you know. Go ahead.
And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes.
Hey, hold up. Go to the blue letter. Let's look up that word, pestilence. And pestilence. Yeah, because, hey, you get familiar with this new plague, man. Okay? What's the name? Get that plague?
Coronavirus.
Yeah. And that's the spirit, because when you look at it through a microscope, it's a crown. Everything, if you spiritual, everything points to the kingdom is on the way, man. Okay? The kingdom is on the way. Alright? So if you got that word for pestilence, whoever got it can bring it out.
Yeah, here we go. The word pestilence, alright? Yeah, the word pestilence is Hebrew. Alright, Strong's H 1697. The bear says pestilence, plague, rain, cattle, disease, cattle, plague. And this is in the blue letter, but they got more on this in the Oxford. It says a fatal epidemic disease.
Now hold up. Now let's go back to where it says cattle. Where it says cattle plague, right?
Yes.
You people pretty much is cattle. You people cattle, man. You're nothing more than a cattle. You're nothing more but goyim, and you're livestock.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what you are, man. And to Esau, he look at you as just cattle, and he's looking to brand you, you know? All right, go ahead.
Yeah, let's go back to pestilence.
Mm-hmm.
All right, in the Oxford, it says a fatal epidemic disease, especially bubonic plague.
Bubonic plague. And that was back in the dark ages, right?
Yeah.
Is that this the dark ages again, spiritual? Is this not this the land of darkness?
Yeah, that's it.
The shadow of death,
Come on.
all right, where danger lurks at every turn, man. See? This is the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah what you witness, what we've been telling you for the longest, man. And we've been persistent, man. Okay, starting with the apostles and elders. And these elites, they bugged out, man. Oh, by the way, for anybody, all of you watching, you should know by now, if you didn't get the memo, I ain't been recording on my original channel. Why is that? Because these devils hit me with another strike. Meaning what? The Lord is about to get ready to act, man. There's an old saying, I'm through talking. It's going to be a time where the Lord going to pull away the prophets.
That's right.
And that's when he's going to spring into action, man. And you see the stage being set, man. The Lord is beautifully putting the pieces together right now, man. Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got this that Moraine. It says an infectious disease.
Woo! An infectious disease. Go ahead.
Yeah, especially by affecting cattle or other animals.
See, cattle or other animals, right?
Yeah.
We know that diseases don't only affect cattle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's only reserved for literal cattle. That's the
Right.
spirit, man.
Yeah.
You people is cattle, man. You people the beast of the field. Pursuant to Genesis.
And that's that pestilence.
That's that pestilence.
We're going into
That's the pestilence. That's
pestilence.
so. You think that's just the scriptures hit or miss, man? No, the scriptures is spot on, man. See? So now let's go back to where we was at.
And there should
Finish
be
that off.
there should be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
Oh man, we just saw in Puerto Rico.
Yep.
You had what that was 500 earthquakes within 72 hours span or some shit like that, man. That's the scriptures, man. Yeah. Oh, matter of fact, give me that numbers right quick.
Numbers on 23.
23 and 19, man. Because the word of Yahweh Shema Shah stands through the test of time, man. Which that's actually Yahweh Shah. You know, Yahweh Shah spoke of these things way back, man, and they happening right now as we speak.
Right.
You know, it's recorded. This is a diary, if you will. This is some of the most intimate thoughts, plans, and purposes of our Lord Yahweh Shah. Oh, and that brings you to 1 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter. Who have known the mind of the Lord, but we know the mind of the Lord, man. All right? Go ahead, Al.
This is the book of Numbers 23 and 19. It says the Most High is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Hath he said and shall not do it, or hath he have spoken and he shall not make it good?
Right, so the Lord pretty much send out death threats and he carry them out, man. We're in a time where the Lord is making good on those threats. See? So now go back, finish that off what you got.
Yeah, Con. In verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrow.
Hold up, all these are what?
The beginning of sorrow.
Meaning what? That's insinuating it's going to get worse.
Yep.
Now that's reiterated right here. What you got?
That's right. 2nd Ezra 16 and 18. It reads, the beginning of sorrow.
See, the beginning of sorrow, man. So everything that you see happening is only the prelude, man. This is the introduction, man, to a time that has never been seen. Matter of fact, would you get that real quick?
Yeah,
See, you can't even ride with this time with 70 AD, or even when you came over here as slaves in those ships packed as sardines, man. Hey, you would be hard pressed to find another time that trumped that, man. You would vomit and defecate on yourself. You would spit up from your family. Your baby drugged and slammed into a corner in the ship. You know what I mean? And you can't do shit. Man, the Lord said that's going to pale in comparison to what he's preparing, man.
That's right.
You got simple niggas out here little boosting, man.
Yeah.
Playing with your how about some else shot like that, man. See, that show you, man. You don't know who you facing, man.
For real.
That's why you got to thank your how about some else shot. He opened himself up to you, man,
That's right.
and expose you to his true nature and character, so that you might do the things that's pleasing to him, man.
That's it. Yep.
Because the axe is,
There's the X's leg.
that's one of the most blood curdling. Hey man, get that.
That's bad. Yeah, that's so.
That statement from John the Baptist, man.
That is bad.
That captures what this thing is all about, man.
Right.
That's a blood curdling statement. The axe. You hear axe, you know the old movies, man. Michael Myers.
Hey, that was
You hear
wonderful.
the orchestra hit. That was that axe brand, man. And then, hey man, sword, butcher, no, the axe. All right, nigga, wake you up with an axe, man. If you got it,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I'm gonna start at 7. This Matthew 3:7. But when he saw many of the Pharisees and Sadducees come to his baptism, he said unto them, "O ye generations of vipers, who have warned you to flee from the wrath to come? Bring forth therefore fruits, meet for repentance, and think not to say within yourselves, we have Abraham to our father. For I say unto you that the Most High is able of these stones to raise up children unto Abraham.
Ready?
And now also the axe is laid unto the root of the tree."
Yeah, the axe is laid to the root of the trees, man. That's just like I got a knife to your neck. That means the next subtle move can end it all, man.
That's it.
And that axe is really somebody to your house shot.
Yep.
All right, the axe is ready to sever. You know.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Yep, it says, "Therefore every tree which bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down
Woo!
and cast into the fire."
And that's dealing with the nuclear missiles, man.
Yep.
All right. So we just had to put that vibration out there so you can see the sense of urgency what the scripture's really about,
That's
man.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That was, and what did your house shot say about John? Among the men, though.
Yeah, no greater prophet than John.
And look what the spirit he came in.
Yeah.
So you people got to be out of your mind to think that we not the men of the Lord, man. All right. So you got something?
Yeah, the
Get
Daniel.
what you got. Then we gonna go back here.
Yeah, this Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people.
Oh, at that time, meaning there's a reserved time. There's a time that the Lord prepared. There's a scene in the movie, man. That's a part of the theatrics of the Lord. It was a scene with Yahushua. Yahushua knew that there was a scene where he was going to be taken, man. He was going to be apprehended and beaten and scourged. Because he gave them a sneak peek of the movie.
Yeah.
He told the disciples, he said, "No, the Son of Man shall be betrayed, beaten." It was a spoiler alert, man.
Yep.
Okay? We know what's about to happen, man.
Right.
All hell about to break loose out here in America, man. And throughout the world. You see over there in China, that's why the Lord said Moab is his watch pile. Because the Lord's stirring everything up, stirring Moab, man.
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, "And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was there since there was a nation."
Right, in 70 AD, they was eating their babies, man. Up in Masada,
Yep.
where the food supplies was cut off.
Yep.
We just mentioned it in the time of when we came over here in those slave ships, and even over here in the land of America, man.
Yep.
You was castrated, beaten, and hung, and fed to alligators. The scripture said there's a time coming that all those times are going to pale in comparison.
Yep.
Where Esau is going to, it's really going to be how about Shema Shai having one last proverbial swing at you with that sword.
Yep. That's it.
You know, and these devils got all type of weaponry, man. They got these mechanical dogs and shit.
Yeah. Yep.
You think you safe, you lock the door, and the dog got to unlock your fucking door, man. And if you got chains and shit, you just bite through it, man.
Yeah.
And guess what? To add insult to injury, there's a nerve, because a lot of them animals going to be controlled. You know, it's, a damn nerve.
PlayStation.
The PlayStation joystick.
Yeah.
With a button up, you know what I mean? Some Dockers and shit. Hey, come here, son, I got that nigga. You got him? Yeah, he's backed up now. I can't get to him. Hit the up button. Yep, you right. Up, down, right, left. Thank you. Hey, these devils, they're going to be controlling these drones, man.
Yep.
Boris on
Yeah, Boris on there. He wreaking havoc, hacking, and this is some nerd, and the cardiac sweater and shit. Mr. Rogers.
That nigga, Rush Limbaugh, he said, "Yeah, we need to get to the point we can be fighting wars in Tampa.
Yeah.
Drones and shit.
Yeah.
So they got it.
That's what they're doing, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, hold up for a second. You know, take another sip out of his pina colada and hit the drone.
Yep.
Everything, you know what I mean?
Yep.
We
Yeah.
bomb. Get back to business, you know what I mean?
Straight up.
But that's what the Lord has allowed Esau access to, man. That's his sword.
Yep.
That's the innovation of the sword, man.
See?
If you first started, it started off with a literal sword, where it started off with Cain. Don't tell me what the fuck Cain created.
Yeah, man.
When you go back,
Oh, man.
if you're in the spirit,
Yeah.
because the name Cain is weapon. When he killed Abel, he probably created some crazy shit. Like a bat with spikes made out of teeth.
Yeah.
Because he was in the field. He was killing all type of shit, you know?
Yep.
So it started with that and it innovated, man. You know, into the sword. And then you got the Gatling gun and your cannons and shit like that, man. You know?
That's it.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
And now you got a nerd with a joystick controlling the drone. Go ahead.
I'm going to jump up a little bit. It says, there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that is found written in the book.
That's the clause.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Not just an Israelite. You got to be a special Israelite. You got to be written in the book. And really that's going into your house shop.
That's it.
Because that's why the Lord says, all those in me abide in me. You know what I mean? So when you written in the book, that means you written in your house shop.
That's it.
All right? And the Lord is going to deliver you. So from there, give me, I know we got this, whole Ezekiel the 7th chapter. All right? Now go ahead.
All right, this is second Ezra, going back to second Ezra 16 and 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings.
Woo!
The beginning of famine and great death.
Right, the beginning of famine and great death, man. There's going to be a famine to take place. It's going to lay hold of America, and especially America, because America is an obese place, man. You know, everybody is overweight. Fat in America, man. You eat for whatever, you know, morning, noon, dinner, you got to eat.
Snacks in between.
Snacks. Yeah, kind of. Somebody died. Funeral, you got to eat. Graduation, you got to eat. Somebody was born. Oh, the baby was born. Let's stop and get some wings. You know what I mean?
Bring it with your boyfriend.
Yeah, you bring it to buffet. You got a tub of ice cream now. Let's go out there. You know what I mean? Let's go out to a buffet.
Celebrate.
Well, that's the Lord playing a cruel joke on you people, man. He's setting you up. That's the Lord being a hunter himself. That's the Lord being a great warrior. Hey, what makes the Lord a great warrior and what makes all great warriors is they don't have to exert no energy, man. Their kill rate is through the roof because a real warrior, a true warrior we don't want to deal with is wise. Not like these warriors of the day. Or you know, you got this banker, he made the statement that these soldiers is nothing but dumb, expendables. Yeah. You know what I mean? But a real warrior in the ancient world, they were so slick. Like King David was elusive and shit. That's why he took the garment from Saul. You don't want to be beefing with nobody like that. Oh shit, I can't own no. When I said go to sleep. The dude be in my room. But that's how the Lord is, man. The Lord set up snares and traps and you kill yourself, man. Nobody, the Lord said, and your blood will be upon your own hand. That's a bad warrior right there.
That's it. So he's snaring his word.
You snared in the work of your own hands.
That's it.
Hijji and Salah. Matter of fact, somebody give me that. Give me Psalm 9 and 16 real quick, man. The Lord bad. What warrior do you know like that? Who ain't got to exert no energy, man. You taking in your own snares, man. I just sit back and watch you. You're going to take 3 steps. Told you. See, you fell in that ditch, didn't you? Come on.
Yeah, this is the book of Psalms 9 and verse 16. It says, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executed.
See that? Go ahead.
The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Hijji and Salah.
See that? So the wicked is snared in the work of his own hand. Meaning the Lord, he set you up. He laid a snare for you. And that's what happened to America, man. That snare was laid. Fast food restaurants. Man, think about it. You so lazy to where you can't even get up and walk in the restaurant. They gotta accommodate you. You sit in the car. Oh, and it got worse than that now. Now you sit at the house and Grubhub comes.
It's all fingertips.
Make sure so cheap.
Everything's at your
This was so cheap. Everything's luxury, man.
Come on, man.
See that? Yep, go ahead up.
Yeah, continuing on, it says, the beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come?
There go that word evils, man. Get familiar with that. Evils, man. All right, this is the beginning of evils, man. Because you can stomach it now. You can read the news and hear all the things that's going on. You know, you're catching a little hell. We all catching hell right now. You know what I'm saying? But what about you catch a hell in the power walk, man? What about you catch a hell, ain't no food, and you hear wild beasts outside your door, man? That's coming, man. And only the men of Yahweh Shema Shah and those who believe is going to be delivered. And the Lord going to deliver. It's going to be drama. It's going to be drama with this deliverance, man. Even when you go into the time of Noah, do you know when they got on the ship, it was drama? You know, the ship was rocking. Oh, because Noah was comforting the people in the ship, man. It was drama in the ship, man. You think that was cool? That's the first time they saw that water too, man. They wasn't sure. They was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Let's show you how the Lord get down.
Okay.
Yep, go ahead.
Verse 19, 2 Ezra 16 and 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
Go ahead.
Verse 20, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness.
Right, meaning what? There's going to be situations where motherfuckers going to be still hollering, Jesus, help me. That's a form of you not turning from your wickedness, man. Throughout those scourges. Scourges is like licks, you know? So you still not going to know, why is this happening? You still haven't turned from your wickedness. Go ahead.
Right. It says, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
You're not mindful of the scourges. You don't know who it's coming from.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon
and
earth.
you see that, man, in America, man. That's why Issachar and the different tribes that finally get up here. They're in heaven, man. They can go they can go to Taco Bell and shit like that.
Food truck.
Yeah, food trucks and shit. Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
Right, so they think they're in good case, man. The Lord set a snare in front of you. You actually believe that you're in good case. You think everything is right on schedule, man. You know? Go ahead.
And even then shall evils grow upon earth.
And that's what's happening. When something grows, it's a process. And you consider your baby, when it's born, it don't pop out of the womb a walking and talking power. It had to grow. All the works of the Lord is like that. Trees, animals, and even the plagues, man. The evil. It's a process. It's going to grow, man. And before you know, you ever notice, somebody will be small and little, your cousin or something, you look at them again, like, God damn, man, you grew up. You know what I mean? You don't see it. You don't see when it's happening, but it's happening, man. That's what the Lord's saying. Even then, this evil is growing. Go ahead.
Sword, famine, and great confusion.
Hold up. Sword. that don't sound nice, man. You so-called Christians want to push this whole hand spirit, man. Why can't we all just get along? Man, this is what the Lord is preparing right here. It says sword. Read that again.
Evil shall grow upon earth. Sword, famine, and great confusion.
And great confusion. Go ahead.
For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
Right, so the Lord is man, this is the extreme. Matter of fact, get Lamentations real quick. 4 and 9. Because the die of famine is a harsh, that's a cruel way to die, man. Straight up. You got something?
I got a precept. This Isaiah 3 and 1. It says, for behold, the Lord of hosts doth take away from Jerusalem, from Judah, the state of staff, and the whole state of bread, and the whole state of water.
Right, and the stay and the staff is the stability. So, your FRNs, something as sudden as you being able to flush your damn toilet. Oh, that's why I said the whole state of bread and the whole state of water. I said the whole state of water. Not just your Aquafina and drinking water. The water that you use, the toilet water, man. Taking a shower. The luxury you have grown accustomed to. You know what I mean? You just come in the house, unwind, take a shower. The Lord gonna take that shit away, man.
Because still in certain countries they still gotta go draw water.
They
still gotta go draw water. I think you gotta do the turn it down process.
See that? That's a snare. Let the Lord set you up, man.
One day it just ain't gonna
Yeah. One day that ain't gonna come on.
You feel that air coming out.
Yeah.
Even on reservations, they gotta go. They gotta walk miles to get their water on reservations, even on this land here. So,
Yep.
that's a heavy statement.
that limitation.
Yep, you did very quick.
Yeah, the Lamentation 4 and 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger.
That's heavy, man. They that be slain with the sword is better than they that be slain with hunger, man. And they're gonna show you why. Go ahead.
It said, for these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field.
Meaning what? When you die of hunger, you're gonna be desiring food.
Yep.
That's a cruel way to die.
Yep.
Because the Lord in his terror, which it tells you that in Hebrews the 10th chapter,
That's it.
you know, well, he gave you this attribute. He developed you with the instinct of tasting food without even tasting it. That's why people say I got a taste for some hot wings. Because in your mind, you can taste it, and you can even feel the texture of your teeth digging into that omelet. And guess what? When that happens, like we always say, it's a good chance the power gonna be on. You see? And you're gonna be seeing these commercials, man. Applebee's, you know what I mean? Hey, the Lord know how to humble a nigga, man. The Lord about to humble you Americans. Matter of fact, give me that too in 2nd Ezra 8. Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiasticus 18 and 25. When thou hast enough, remember the time of hunger.
Woo!
And when thou art rich, think upon poverty and need.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's why the Lord, when you really go into that, that's why the Lord afflicts us.
Yep.
Like we don't have everything at our fingertips. You know, that's why the scripture said the just shall live by faith. So we go through certain things, and you know, yeah, you get pissed, you know, at times because you're in the flesh, but it's for your own good because it's preparing you in the time that's to come. It won't be such a foreign idea for you not to just eat at the drop of a dime or just be with the comfortable assets that the world got. You know? So we'll be better suited for that. Okay? That's why we known as stones, man. You can lay a stone out in the summer, you can lay a stone out in the winter. But if you lay a leaf out in the summer, it'll dry up, or a leaf out in the winter, but that stone gonna be that same damn stone, man. It's sitting there, man. Yep. Come on. 8, I think, and 50.
Yeah, because this is the book of 2nd Ezra 8 and 50. It is for many great miseries shall be done to them, that in the latter days, it's like it says that in the latter times shall dwell in the world.
Right, many great miseries shall be done unto them here in the latter days. That's a cruel word, that miseries. Remember that movie, you ever saw the old movie, Misery?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, but that word, it brings about a certain spirit to it, misery. What else worse than that, man? Read that again.
It says for many great miseries shall be done to them that dwell in the latter time shall dwell in the world because they have walked in great pride.
So the scripture's telling you why. And all of you Americans pride to a certain extent. Even if you really, upon further examination, you carefully check shit out. Even homeless people here in America are proud, man. Everybody got a spirit of pride on them. Besides the true men of Yahweh Shema Shine believers. And he tell you that also in Sirach the 10th chapter. So as the leader of people. Yep. So as his people.
Yep.
You know?
That's it.
So that was it on that. You got something?
Yeah, I got something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This 2nd Ezra 15 and 5. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Right. So when something is fulfilled, then there's nothing else to do but to deal with it. You know, like if you just said you have a grace period for something. When that grace period is up, you got to face the music. Something got to be done. You know, like the Lord give you the perfect analogy where you're dealing with fruit or whatever. When it run its course and it's ripe, you compare. Ain't nothing else to do with the plucking.
Yep.
And even if you don't pluck it, it'll fall anyway. So it ran its course and it's gonna do what it do. See what I'm saying? You got more?
Yeah, it's more. It says, therefore says the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood cry unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
And that's what we come in at. You know, and the Lord is going to honor our complaint. You know, go ahead.
It says, and therefore said the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led to as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before.
And a part of those plagues before was pestilence, you know, and a great famine.
Yep.
And also the economic structure of Egypt was smitten. Yep. When scriptures talk about how the Lord sent those locusts, they ate up the crops. You know, hey, that was the Lord affecting their economy. So that's happening again in America, which is spiritually Egypt. Yeah, you got more?
Yeah, it says I will smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. It said Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it.
Woo! And hey, that one guy came over from China.
Oh yeah,
that's it. Man, and the Lord brought that plague over there, man.
Israelite come over here.
Yeah. They ready to shoot an Israelite, you know, for coming over the border, but this Edomite man who tampered with, experimenting with a bat suit. And now he got that plague, man. See?
Breathe in all that shit coming into play.
Yeah, breathe in ball. Now that's gonna come into play now, because your immune system not gonna be. This place is finished, man. And again, matter of fact, give me that real quick. At least there be no flesh remaining to be saved, man. Because you gonna find out. Even we gonna have to find this out through the Spirit, which we already know, but it's gonna be made more and more clear that you totally at the mercy of Yahweh Shem Shah, man. Even to this very day, we waking up and we surviving because the Lord is showing favor to us, man. You know, but there's gonna come a time where these effects of Esau and these chemtrails and all this poison, they're gonna take effect, and it might take effect one day. Just 3,000 people just die at one time. Matter of fact, get that, because the scripture talking about that. Give me 2 Ezra 5:1. Give me what you got real quick.
Yeah, it says Matthew 24:22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
See, except those days be shortened, no flesh is going to be saved. So this show you how vulnerable we are. And it's through the grace of Yahweh Shem Shah that we're going to make it, man. Lord will, we number amongst that precious help, man. So that was it. All right, give me that real quick.
Yeah, 2 Ezra 5:1, it says, nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the day shall come, that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number.
See, there's going to come a time where people are going to be taken in a great number, man. You know, right now you hear about some disgruntled co-worker on fire on everybody 13 at Walmart, 8 niggas get shot. But there's going to come a time when football stadiums where people going to die, man. You're going to die in great number, and we're in that time. That plague, man, you know, that's going to work. That's just the tip of the iceberg, man. You ain't seen that yet. Go ahead, up. Yeah, we the prophets of doom. You know, you got Trump said that no longer will we be held captive to the fear of you prophets of doom. Everybody shook because of us, man. Everybody bugging out. Boosie, the athletes, the superstar, everybody bugging out, man. Just like Sammy. Remember when Sammy?
Calm down peacefully.
Go ahead.
It says, in the land, it says, in the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith.
See that? So, yep, that was it on that. All right.
Yeah, quick precept. This is Isaiah 47:9. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
Woo! Yeah, and it's perfection, man. Because perfection deals with finishing something too. A lot of people come across that word perfect or perfection, and they think it's dealing with you don't go off. You know, because the Lord said He wants us to be perfect as He was perfect. Now, why do the scriptures tell you He that endured to the end? When you endure to the end, that means you perfected something. For an example, if I tell you to cut my grass, and I go out there, and you could have did a beautiful job, but if you ain't finished it, it ain't perfect.
That's right.
See, what makes the perfect is they're going to finish this journey, man. You know? And this is the perfection of the Lord's judgment. Now, at the end, this when you pull out all the stops, man. You ever saw a game, a football game or whatever, or a basketball game, somebody down, it's time to win the game. They ain't conservative no more, man. They empty the kitchen sink, as they say. They throwing Hail Marys. And I put pressure on the other team, like, oh shit, this dude coming out guns and blazing. Oh, boxing.
Yeah, God.
Dude in the last round, he get to throwing them haymakers, man.
I know what it is. The old Mario game, Super Mario 1. When the last boss, the Browser, throwing the flames, then you got the swords coming, you jump and shit.
He emptied the kitchen sink at you, man. Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah. Now, a lot of people say, see, they crazy. No, a lot of people, they think we crazy because we use analogies. But that was how I used to do.
Yeah, that's it.
That's edification right there. When you use tangible things to drive home a spiritual point.
That's it.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's it. Let's go back here. You got a precept?
Yeah,
All right, go ahead.
This is Zephaniah 1 and 14. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hastens greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress.
Oh, that's a certain day.
Yep, that's it.
And we coming into that day, man.
That's it. Ooh.
And that's why the Lord said, matter of fact, give me Psalms 37, where the Lord said, the Lord see his day coming, and he shall laugh. Because you can be the big bad guy, you know, but just say you've been convicted. You got to show back in court. That's your day, man. You know what I mean? That's why they got every man a day in court. Everybody has his day in court. It's Psalm 37, I think if you start at like 12 maybe.
Okay, let's see.
And the Lord.
Okay, I start at 12. This is
and this kind of gives you the chronological order, because right now these devils they're trying to come up against us, but the Lord see all that. Go ahead.
This is Psalm 37 and 12. The wicked plotteth against the just,
And that's happening right now. They plotting against us, man. Go ahead.
and gnasheth upon him with his teeth.
That's his military. Go ahead.
The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming.
Because the Lord know that there's a day prepared, and that's the day we talking about right here, man. Which, matter of fact, hold that and go to Ezekiel 7, because that day is emphasized in Ezekiel the 7th chapter as well, man. You know.
You start at 1, start at
like, you go to the point. You gotta go straight to the point. Yeah.
All right, Curtis, the book of Ezekiel 7, verse 3. It says, now is the end come upon thee.
Whoa, see, now is the end coming upon you, man. That's talking about now. That shows you that book is alive and well. That wouldn't have made as much sense back then, although it made sense because he was talking to Israel. And but it's published now. If it was just for that time, we wouldn't even have that. It wouldn't even be there. See what I'm saying? So it applies to now. Go ahead.
It says, and I will send my anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and recompense upon thee all thine abominations.
Pay you back. Go ahead.
It says, in mine eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity.
Yeah, the Lord's not going to spare you in that day. When you see your little ones pining away, you know, losing weight, and there's no strength in your hand, they crying, you know what I mean? Damn diaper sagging. That's going to be a sad moment, man. But the Lord is not going to have pity in that day, man. So, what about Boosie, man? That nigga going to look like a fucking Ethiopian, man. Skeleton shit. The Lord might keep that nigga fade intact. You know what I mean? The Lord bad like that. You know that's Boosie. Only way you know for the fade, that's Boosie. Yeah, go ahead.
It says, but I will
We got on the same shit he had on that day. We made the infamous.
Yep.
And I knew through school somebody never liked that nigga, man. You know? Go ahead,
It says, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abomination shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord.
Go ahead.
It says, thus saith the Lord, power and evil, and only evil, behold, is come.
See, an evil, behold, is come. Bad times is come, man.
Right.
That's the message of the scriptures right there, man.
See it.
Go ahead.
It says, an end is come, the end is come, it watcheth for thee.
It said the end is come, it watcheth for thee. That's like if you're walking on a dark road and it's a guy at the end of the road waiting on you to get there, man. That's that evil. Evil is in the cut waiting on you to get there. Yeah, the hitchhiker, yeah. Some shit, yeah. Oh, man, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that was one. That was the one. That's the one that I watched by myself.
You can't watch that.
Yeah. For real, you can't watch that one. That's what the Lord has stood up. Evil is actually an entity. The bad times is waiting on you. That's a frame in time.
Yep.
You know? That's waiting on you, man.
That's right.
And if something waiting on you, that means you can't escape it. You on your way to it.
Yeah.
That's a trap.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Go ahead, up.
It says, behold, it is come. It says, the morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land, that the time is come, the day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains.
See, the day of trouble. So there's a day reserved, a time of trouble reserved, you know? All right, so we did on that. You got something else? All right, come on, let's go back over here.
Yeah, Zephaniah 1:15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of troubleness and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. Verse 16, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon many, that they shall walk like blind men.
And that's going to be literal, because when those missiles hit, it's going to burn your eyes out. They tell you that in Zechariah 14. And it's going to be so dark too, man. You know? Man, imagine that. You walking, man. The scripture's giving you a vivid illustration, man. That's what you got to look forward to. Go ahead.
Because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung.
Yep, read, continue.
Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them.
Right, and that's what boosting these different guys come in, who feel as if they exempt from the judgment of Yahweh Shema outside, man. Nobody gets away. Go ahead.
That's right.
Not even the prophets got away. The scripture says, you and your king shall go into captivity, man.
That's it.
Yep, go ahead.
In the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land.
Right, so the Lord's just going to get rid of you. All right? So, let's go back to 2nd Ezra
Okay,
16. You got something else?
Nah, I ain't
Okay.
2nd Ezra 16. I left off at 22, starting at 22. 2nd Ezra 16, 22. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the hunger, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
No escape. They tell you that in Amos the 5th chapter.
That's right.
As a man that,
I'm already.
you already there? Go ahead. Our spirit won't let you come out. That's the Lord bringing these stuff out.
Yeah, this is Amos 5:18. One, to you that desire the day of the Lord, to what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion in the bare meadow, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
Right, meaning there's no escape. Wherever you run, there's nowhere to hide.
That's it.
All right, so that's what I read. Go ahead.
Verse 2nd Ezra 16, 23. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. There shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them?
Right. It said, and the city shall be wasted. Now, that's a buzzword that's dealing with America right there, man. Although the wrath of the Lord is going to be poured out throughout the world, you know, especially wherever Jake at, time of Jacob's trouble, it's going to intensify. But here in America, this is what the Lord having his sights, man, on the scope of America. So that's why I said the city shall be wasted. That's a buzzword dealing with America. All right, go ahead. And that's already happening if you're paying attention, man.
Right.
Oh, like in these big cities where these different stores closing, it's so much of an eyesore to where they got props in the windows, making it look like the damn store open, man. Instead of boarding it up. And the store ain't even open, but they got it like it's open. With mannequins and shit. It's crazy. That's heavy right there, man.
The homeless too.
Yeah.
The homeless, like in San Francisco, look like a third world country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Feces all on the needles. All that, man. Down here in Birmingham, bad, man.
Oh yeah, man. You get off any given exit in Birmingham, you don't see number Edomites, abandoned Edomites, man. With signs, man.
You don't see Jake.
You don't even see Jake, man. If you see a Jake, he out there trying to finesse you. You know, you know him from somewhere, man. What you doing out here? Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 25, the trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice.
And that applies to us as well. Because you're going to desire to hear the voices of the men of the Lord and everything. You want to hear that comfort. You know, you want answers, in other words. Because it's going to recollect with a lot of these people who came up against us that those guys was on for something. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Verse 28, for of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks, as in an orchard of olives, upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives, or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard.
Right, and that's dealing with these marauders, you know, these scoundrels. Oh, just like what's the movie The Purge we were talking about earlier? You know, you had a band of guys coming up looking in the house for goods or whatever. You know, these different movies that's dedicated to like apocalyptic type of overtones. I Am Legend. But ultimately, that's dealing with those troops. They're going to be searching your house out. Boosted, hiding, you know what I mean? See, that's what we're going to come to. That's going to be beautiful, too, man. Nigga in the attic, you went from, you know what I mean, talking shit. Now you hide. Matter of fact, continue, going to tell you that.
It's in 2 Ezra 16:31. Even so in those days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword.
See, they're going to be 3 or 4 left by those who search the houses with the sword. The sword is the modern day gun, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 32, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through.
And that's dealing with these roads. And that happened in ancient Rome, too. You know, all roads lead to Rome. Well, guess what? That's going to happen here, man. There's going to be these roads, you know, these famous highways throughout America. They're going to be closed down, man. There's not going to be no man left to till the ground, and thorns and bristles going to grow, just like the movie Jumanji. Jumanji and all this shit happened, man. It's going to be like Jumanji out here, man. Go ahead, Doc.
Verse 32, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms.
Right, you women, man. A lot of, especially you young women who live this life of pleasure, because you got access to these dating sites. You can just fuck with any dude you want. You get mad at your dude, you go on the website, see the perfect dude you just want to fuck with that night, man. You gonna mourn in that day, because them luxuries gonna be taken away from you, man. Go ahead.
The woman shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed.
Right, and the wars is across the board. From the wars from this draft, and from the wars, from the class wars, race wars, you know. Because anything can be considered a war. Just some nigga busting your house looking for some bread, that's a war, man. And if you die, you died in the war. Go ahead.
And their husbands shall perish of famine.
Because the only one that's going to eat is us, man. Pursuing the Isaiah the 65th chapter. Go ahead, up.
Hear now these things and understand them.
Right, and we're the only ones that understand them. A lot of guys don't even know about 2 Ezra the 16th chapter. They don't even know about the Apocrypha. Go ahead. That we got to be thankful, man.
That's right.
these are mysteries that was hidden, you know. Go ahead.
Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack.
And they're not slack. Go ahead.
As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son.
Right, so the Lord giving you a vivid illustration, man. When a woman is about to have her babies, then you can do to reverse that, man. That process. Go ahead.
With 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb.
Right, and we're in the doomsday clock, which we ain't 2 or 3 hours no more. We 90 seconds. 100 seconds. That means any time it can go. That's why I'm telling y'all the shit I've been going through right today. Really, you can't even think about it. I ain't even got time to think about it. Because why? Like, the Lord could be doing it for a reason to just, you know what? Shit finna go down, man. Within the next, hey, all you brothers out there, you brothers and sisters that's listening in this hearing, prepare your mind for something can break off within the next hour, man.
Yep.
That's where we at.
Yep.
If your woman pregnant and she walking around the house wiping the cabinet and you watching the game, you can think everything normal, but that baby about to pop, man. And it can happen right when you least expect. So that's where we at now. See, read that again. Huh?
It says,
that doomsday clock.
2 Ezra 16:38, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment.
So the Lord ain't gonna be slack with this. Go ahead.
Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
Oh man, that's heavy. The brother Tazayon, brother, he said in Turkey it was a 6.7 earthquake.
Yeah, see?
Birth pains. That's it.
Yep. Oh, the brother Masha, Shalom. Like he said, every hour in 24 hours, increments, anything can pop off, man. Yep. That's true.
That's it.
That's why the Lord set it up like that. That's why you have 24-hour window.
Yep.
Because that's actually an hour by hour process. Yeah. Something can happen within an hour. That's why the Lord said, no man know what hour.
Yep.
Yep. So we got some more, Will? We ready?
Yeah. Verse 40 says, "O my people, hear my word, and make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth."
Right. That's like I was just talking about earlier today. The situation, the Lord gonna have it where we just can't get comfortable.
Yep.
Now it said, "Make you ready to the battle." If you will, get that real quick. Ezekiel 7:14, I believe.
I'll say something too. You got to be in the spirit of fuck everything, man.
Yep.
That's why the Lord put us through that everything. Yeah. That's why the Lord put us through it, catch hell. So when that time comes, we're not going to be attached to any of this stuff here in America, man. They say don't set your heart upon these unjust goods that unjustly gotten, man. Because we already on stolen land. We already, everything that this devil have brought forth is defiled, is fucked up, man. You know what I mean? So we already in the spirit of fuck everything. You know, drop everything, crazy trouble, come quick. That's the spirit we in, man. You know what I mean? That's right.
That's right. Just like the first Passover, they had to eat in haste.
Eat in haste, yep. That's
you
it.
know, girded
yep.
with boots and staff in hand. Yeah. Go ahead up.
I got this Ezekiel 7. This is Ezekiel 7 in verse 14. It says, "They have blown the trumpet even to make all ready, but none goeth to the battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof."
Yeah, see that? So we have blown the trumpet, but none make up their way to the battle, man. That's equivalent to me saying, look, the fire alarm going off, and you roll over. You know how motherfuckers take the cover and just roll over like, man, fuck you, man. But guess what, man? You gonna die, man. All right? We are piping, meaning you ain't reacting to it. So now what? Now the Lord gonna put you to death, man.
That's right.
All right, come on, then let's go back to, you got more on that second Ezra?
That was it on that.
All right. So yeah, man, with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the head apostles and elders, the great millstone. Shalom, much due honors and respect to the sincere brethren out there that's laboring in his work, as well as you believers that sincerely believe on the words of Yahweh Shema Shah, the brothers as well as the sisters, the Akim and the Aqua, hold fast, continue to believe and trust in the Lord, man. Because we about to come into some heavy time, time that's going to be far beyond your comprehension, but trust, anchor down, man, hold fast to what you have, the Lord will deliver you, all right?
Right.
So with that, Shalom.
Shalom. DTA, Abba, Abba.